All right, good day guys, welcome again to my channel. I am Joshua the designer, and in today's video I'll be showing to you my top tips to land a graduate position as a structural engineer. So if you're starting out there as a fresh graduate, or you're wondering how to secure that first job as a structural engineer, you are in the right place. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips to landing a graduate position in structural engineering, and trust me, these are the ones many people wish they knew when they were starting out. The first tips that I would like to give to you is to know your basics. Know the basic. I haven't spent years in the classroom or many sessions over there, and probably you've not been able to amass all that you need to get to make it out there as a graduate student, or a structural engineer position, or if you're lucky, you've been able to understand whatever you've done in the classroom. You know all the structural analysis, structural designs, and all of those concrete technology things, and you may be fitted. But primarily, what makes you stand out for any position as a graduate is that you know the basic. Brush up on your essential concept like load bearing structures, like material properties, and the basics of design codes. In case you do not know the design codes I'm speaking about, check my previous videos on the 10 books that give me straight A's in structural engineering. So design codes are already attached, files and links to that particular document. You find it there. Before your interview, make sure you are comfortable with the foundational topics like concrete design, steel structures, and the behavior of materials under different stresses. Being confident in this will not only help you during the interview, but also give you a strong start when you begin your job. All right, the second tip that I would like to give you on how to land your first job as a graduate student in structural engineer is that you build a strong portfolio. Okay, so let's talk about your portfolio. Whether it's a physical binder or a digital one, a strong portfolio showcasing your best products is key. So you have to include into your portfolio your university works, all those project research you've done all the while. Your final year research is so important. Your lab work and activities, they are important. All this research work that you have done along the lines while you are graduating or before you even graduated, those things are very essential. Your employer wants to see that you can apply what you've learned into the into the real world now. You see that now. So all your university works, your internship, I spoke about the internship in the last few videos, maybe 3 videos there. You find it up there in the just above here. You see, your internship is important, where you get to gather experiences along the lines. Put that into your portfolio, build a reputable one. You see now, and all other relevant side projects that you have taken on, include it in your portfolio. Employers love to see that real world application. You understand the real world applications of what you've learned earlier as you are coming. Be sure to explain the processes behind your design. Don't just put the design of a building. No, be sure to explain these processes. It is not just about the end result. Employers want to know how you approach them, because the employers like to see problem solvers. They like to accommodate people who can use their intuition and their experiences to solve real life situations. So employers want to know how you approach your problems, how you solve challenges, and how you think critically about structural engineering. Also, make sure your portfolio is well organized and easy to navigate. If you have any experience within design softwares, for example, like AutoCAD, like Revit, like Product Structure, like ETAB, like SAP, and all of those things, include screenshots or renderings of your projects. Let them be able to see that this is what you've done. These are the things you've done, and all of those things. My next tip I would like to share with you is that you need to gain relevant work experience. Now that you know that you are seeking out a graduate position in structural engineering, you need to begin to look onto relevant work experience as you seek this position. Now you need to, if you can, try to land internship. There are graduate internship around, volunteer around structural engineering firms and consultancy firms that can give you a position in this to gain relevant work experience, or even a part-time jobs in engineering firms during your studies. Employers love candidates who already have some exposures to the field. They will love candidates who have already been alongside around the field, and they can actually join into the game as quick as possible. Internship give you hands-on experience, like I said in my previous videos, allow you to build connections in the industry and show your employers that you are proactive about your career. It's okay if your experience isn't exactly in structural engineering. It's very okay. Just being in an engineering environment helps also. So, and don't worry if internships are hard to find. Try joining engineering clubs, engineering societies, taking part in industry events. You see that now. Taking part in even reaching out to local firms or for job shadowing. You know, you can reach out to different firms, write to them, try to create connections for job shadowing opportunities. The goal is to get as much exposure to the real world engineering as possible. All right, so my next tip, number 4, to landing your first graduate position as a structural engineer, is to learn to use industry software. We know we are in the age where technology is what we ride on. All right, so we have softwares that helps us to express our intuitive ability as an engineer. So you need to familiarize yourself with industry software. I'm going after a structural engineering position. What are the software that are relevant for this position or within this position? And that is exactly what you're looking at. Familiarize yourself with the industry software. Structural engineers use a variety of tools, for example, to design and analyze structures. We have somewhat like the AutoCAD I mentioned. We have Revit, we have ETABS, we have SAP 2000, we have ProtaStructure, we have Orion, we have BMax. We have a whole lot of these softwares around. You know, they are widely used, and so using this, you know, just having at least a basic understanding of how they work will give you a massive advantage. You know, even if you haven't used them extensively in school, there are plenty of online resources. Just my channel alone have about 150 materials you can use to learn ProtaStructures, and you master it in a simple way. And in case you want a personalized tutorial for this, now you can reach out to me, use the link in the description, and then you get that done simply. You see that now? So there are many free online resources, many free that can help you get the hang of these programs, showing employers that you've taken the initiative to learn these tools of the trade can really make you stand out. All right, so the next tip, the number 5 tip that I want to give to you on how to land your first graduate position as a structural engineer is to network and make connections. All right, so networking, building a strong network can open doors to opportunities you wouldn't find on a job board. Attend industry events, you know, career fairs, and any networking opportunities offered by your university. So many of you are around, there are programs, there are things that your university, even your department are organized together for you. This is where you ought to be. Start to network, start to expose yourself to all of these things around the structural engineering profession. Introduce yourself to professionals. Let them know that you are keen on being a better structural engineer and you love this field. You know, join engineering societies and connect with people on LinkedIn. There are various professionals, people who have gone through this same thing that you are hoping to go through, and then they have gone their way ahead of you. So join these engineering societies and connect with people on LinkedIn, for example. Often jobs aren't just about what you know, but who you know. I told you in my previous video that sometimes it is not about what you know, it's about who you know. Building relationships with people in the industry can give you insider information on upcoming jobs, openings, and put you on the radar of potential employers. All right, so the next tip that I want to give you on how to land your first graduate position as a structural engineer is to tailor your CV and then your cover letter. Now make sure your CV and cover letter are tailored to the job you are applying for. Don't just come up with something generic. Coming up with something generic is saying that you're kind of lazy. It gives an impression of you not having to do any extra work on what you so desire. So don't come up with a generic CV. It won't really make a difference. It won't cut it. You see, take the time to research the company you're applying to. You see that now? Take the time to research the company, research the position, and adjust your resume to highlight the skills and experience they are looking for. Don't just prepare a CV, generic CV, and send it out there. No, we are looking for a graduate engineer who is proficient with softwares like AutoCAD, like Revit, like SAP, and all of those things. And then you're bringing a generic CV saying that I'm a graduate student of XYZ University, and I've learned this. I graduated with the first class. Nobody cares what you graduated with or where you were graduated from. We only care about what you can undo and what you have to offer. So tell us, how do you fit into our company? What are we looking for here, and what do you have to fit into what we are looking for? That makes the difference. So don't just prepare a generic CV. Let it show what exactly we need and what we are looking for. Your cover letter should show your passion for structural engineering, why you want to work for that specific company, for example, and then how your background makes you the perfect fit for the role. Employers want to see that you've done your homework, so make sure every application is personalized. All right, so the next tip I'd like to give to you that will help you land your graduate position as a structural engineer is to prepare so well for your interview. Don't just go to the interview casually. Don't believe that, all right, I've been in school for 5 years and now I should be able to answer everything that is being asked me. All right, so prepare for your interview. Review common technical questions in structural engineering, like explaining the difference between different types of loads, for example, the dead load, the life load, and all of those things. Different types of loads, or how you would approach designing a beam for a specific project. So, but it's not all about technical skills. Be ready to discuss your soft skills too. Be ready to discuss your soft skills as well. Think about things like teamwork, problem solving, leadership, communication skills. You see that now? Employers want to see that you can work well with others. You are a very good team player and communicate your ideas clearly. Practice answering both technical and behavioral questions with a friend or a mentor before your interview. And remember to bring examples from your portfolio to illustrate your experience. Just as I said earlier, bring example from your portfolio. Okay, I took on a project research, for example, on the compressive strength of concrete, and all of those things. Bring example along the lines of that project, how that you can review the technical abilities that you have, and again the soft skills that you have. You see that now? For example, probably you work with a team during your internship, and then you want to discuss how you're able to take responsibility, take a lead position in that group, and ensure that you meet deadlines. Employers are happy hearing this, that you have an intuitive ability, you can lead a team, and then you can meet up with deadline. You see that now? So remember to bring examples from your portfolio to illustrate your experience. All right, so there you have it, my top tips to help you secure a graduate position in structural engineering. Know your basics, build a solid portfolio, gain experience, learn industry software, network, tailor your application, and ace that interview. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more career advice and engineering content. And let me know if this content really make the difference. What's your biggest challenge in landing your first engineering job? And let me see if I can help you out to overcome this. See you in the next video. Bye.